Hey friends, welcome back to the Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Sally Allen, and I have gotten a few messages to talk about your personal board of directors and the difference between sponsors and mentors. It's one of my favorite topics because I am who I am today because of a personal board of directors, because of mentors in my life, and because of sponsors. Now, always have sponsors and mentors in my life. So quick story, when I left corporate America to start my own business, I felt like the rug was pulled from under me because I had full support there. I had built great relationships. I had executive support and I could bounce things off of them. And I left to run my business full time during COVID. And so I lost that support really quickly. No matter what people say, when you leave corporate America, you lose 90% of your support. There's a few, like 10% of people that I still keep in touch with. And so I had to think strategically about how I'm going to get the support that I need to run my business, because it's always good to get outside opinions and so on. And so I was researching, and what I came up with is a personal board of directors. And the more I researched, the more I realized that I want my own personal board of directors. Big companies have board of directors, and it's to hold them accountable, to bounce things off of them, and to point you in the right direction. For each of you, you have to decide what your personal board of director will look like. For me, at the time, I had 5 seats. So I picture myself, I am the CEO of my company. Who do I want on my board? And so at the time, I needed a spiritual advisor. So I got a pastor friend. I needed a strategic minded person, which was the CEO of a startup. I needed someone who knew about processes. So I invite that person to sit on my board of directors so they can help me with processes. I needed someone that I could be real and raw and just a friend to be there to cry the ugly cry with. And then one more person that I needed is that person who is going to be just opening doors for me. And so I got those 5 people, and it changed my life and it grew my business really fast, because the one that's opening doors for me introduced me to a bunch of people that she knew, and that opened doors for me to go in and share about my business and what I did. And when I was going haywire over here, like I can't do this, there was a spiritual advisor who was sitting with me and said, you start this out in faith, you can do this. And when I needed the processes for my business, I had someone who was experienced in creating processes and frameworks and helped me walk through it. So just because I started a small business and had a personal board of directors that I needed at the time does not mean that if you want to grow in your career that you do not need a board of directors. Yes, you do. And it could be 3 people, but think about what you want from them. And so I didn't waste their time. I met with them once a month or once every other month to share what I was doing and get their collective thoughts and ideas. And after a few years, I realized I don't need a full board of directors. What I actually need now are mentors. And so I went out and I searched for mentors who are doing what I am doing. That's what a mentor does. And I can bounce ideas off of them. They can give me back ideas and they can help me. And so if you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for somebody who's already doing what you want to do and they're successful in it and they can walk you down that path. Now, if you are looking for a sponsor, now let me backtrack a little bit. Your mentor needs to know you're good, you're bad, and you're ugly. Everything. If you're looking for a sponsors, and this is good for you if you're corporate America, a sponsor is someone who knows that you are a rock star. They know about all the things you're doing. They see you for truly who you are, moving the needle in the business. And so that sponsor is the one who talks about you when you are not in the meetings that are important, the board meetings, the executive meetings. That sponsor is speaking about you. So it's important that when you're looking at a sponsor, it's someone you can also trust. Same with a mentor. Now, the last category is a coach, and that's me. And what I do is completely different from what a mentor would do, but also what a sponsor would do. What I do is I come in and I am more of a strategic partner through helping you to think for yourself. I ask you strategic question. I get you to think outside the box. I get your brain to rewire and start thinking for yourselves. Because believe it or not, A lot of us, we sometimes don't take time to sit down and think through the things that we want to do for ourselves and we want to improve. I will tell you, I sit in front of leaders all the time and they will say, Sally, wow, great question. I don't know why I haven't thought about that. It's so simple. And it's because you are up there doing the BAU every single day. You're doing the business as usual, and you don't have time to stop and think about the next steps in your career. So when you sit in front of a coach, what we force you to do is stop, drop, look at me, put everything else aside, and tell me what you want for your future. Tell me what you want for that next step in your career. Tell me how I can help you build a high performing team. And so that's what a coach does. So I hope this helps you determine whether you need a mentor, a sponsor, or a coach. For me, I have all three right now. And I always do because I always like people who challenge me and help me think outside the box. So I hope this episode is helpful. Drop your comments if you have any questions below. I'll be happy to answer them. And if this episode sparks anything in you, remember to like and share with your friends. And as I always say, if you change your mindset, you can change your life. Have an amazing day until I see you in the next episode.